All right, Math 1 book, page 95, number 25 through 23 or through 30. Solve the equation, and they're just trinomials again. They're set equal to 0, and just a reminder: if you have something like this, you can always divide both sides by a certain number, or you can factor out the 3. And basically you want to do GCF before, or divide by both sides before any kind of Lizzie method or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is divide by 3, since all of these numbers are divisible by 3. 3 goes into this, x squared times plus 6x plus 3 goes into 24 8 times. Alright, so now, what multiplies up to 8 adds up to 6? Well, the only factors of 8 are 4 and 2, 8 and 1. Which one of those add up to 6? 4 and 2. So x plus 4 times x plus 2 equals 0. And now you set each factor equal to 0. X plus 4 equals 0. X plus 2 equals 0. And now you subtract 4 on both sides here. You get x equals negative 4. And then you subtract 2 on both sides here, x equals negative 2. Okay? So hopefully that is good for you. Number 28, I'm going to divide both sides by a certain number because all these have a common factor. The greatest common factor is actually 6, so I divide by 6 on both sides. This gives me 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 equals 0. So now from here, there is no greatest common factor anymore. So from here, I'm going to have to use the Lizzie method. And remember, the Lizzie method is where you multiply the 2 and the 1, and you just rewrite the quadratic as x squared plus 3x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, so now that 3, what multiplies up to 3 adds up to 3? You might think 3 and 1, but that adds up to 4. Oh, I'm sorry, I multiplied wrong. 2 times 1 is not 3. And you probably caught that. 2 times 1 is 2. So, can't do math all day and not make a mistake. So, that's it. Alright, so what multiplies up to 2 and adds up to 3? Well, 2 and 1. So x plus 2 times x plus 1 equals 0. And now I set each factor equal to 0. X plus 2 equals... Oh, I'm sorry. Supposed to divide by the 2. Remember I multiplied by 2 up here? I need to divide by 2 now. Okay, so divide by 2 and simplify these factors if you can. I'm going to go ahead and act like that didn't happen. Okay, so x plus 1 times 2x plus 1 equals 0. And now you take that and you set each factor equal to 0. X plus 1 equals 0. 2x plus 1 equals 0. Subtract 1 from both sides here. X equals negative 1. And now I'm doing 2 steps in one, so careful. I'm subtracting 1 and dividing by 2. Subtracting 1 and then divide by 2. Okay, so those are your 2 answers for number 28. Number 30 looks very ugly. First thing I noticed is that there is a negative outside, or on the a value, and I don't like that at all, ever. So I am just going to divide both sides by a negative 1. I could have picked a bigger number, but I just want to get you guys used to making sure that the first term is positive. 18x squared plus 60x plus 50 equals 0. So now what you're going to do is look to see if there is a greatest common factor, and if there is, you can divide both sides by that greatest common factor. So in this case, we're going to be dividing by 2, looks like. And I end up with 9x squared plus 30x plus 25 equals 0. So now I take the 9 and the 20, is there anything else that has a common factor? Or is there a greatest common factor in the 3 terms? No, there isn't. You can't divide anymore. So now the only thing left to do, or the method that I like to use, is called the Lizzie method. I take the 9 and I multiply it by the 25. I rewrite this like this: x squared plus 30x plus 225 equals 0. Now, I have actually seen this question before, and I actually saw it earlier today. Okay, so x squared plus 30x plus 225. So 225, the factors of 225 that add up to 30. You might even have to think of things that add up to 30 first. Okay, but it's 15 and 15. So 15, x plus 15 times x plus 15 is going to end up like this. Then you can take the square root of both sides. So x plus 15 equals 0. And then you subtract 15 on both sides. So x equals negative 15. Alright, God bless y'all. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you are learning. So just take one step at a time. I know all these, you just really have to concentrate when you're doing these, or you will make a mistake. So just keep practicing, do the best that you can. And that's page 95 on the Math 1 book. Enjoy.